Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I am working from home and I decided to go live just to show you that this is a possible niche for women over the age of 40. So if you're a working woman over the age of 40, there is absolutely no need for you to stress and be thinking, oh, what niche for you to do on YouTube? What shall I talk about? What am I going to do on the platform? Take a look in your own life and see what it is that you actually do on a daily basis. If you work from home, if you work from the office, I'm not saying vlog in your office, but you do have lunchtime and your lunchtime are precious to you. They are paid. There is no reason why you cannot record a video while you are at work. There is absolutely no reason why you can't do that. Nothing is stopping you. It's a paid time at work. I'm just going to try and adjust myself a little bit. It's a paid time at work. Nobody is stopping you. You can easily get this done. It's all about capturing your thoughts, capturing your mind. That is exactly what a niche is. It's a thread, it's a theme, it's one aspect of you, not all aspect of you, but one aspect of you. It's slightly damp outside, it's raining. I've got my water bottle to keep me warm because yes, the weather is wintering. Oh, that reminds me of a book I was reading recently. It was recommended to me by a former line manager, actually. It was no longer a line manager, but a colleague of mine. And Wintering, I can't remember who wrote Wintering, actually. Bear with me while I find out. But it's a wonderful book about the power of rest and retreat in difficult times. And it's by the author named Katherine May. I believe a few people have read it on YouTube because I've seen reviews, but I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch. I haven't watched the reviews. All I've done is I've searched for it on YouTube and I know people have watched it. So I want to finish reading it. But so far, my impression of the book is a woman who happens to be a poet who has now decided to write a book from the perspective of a poet, but also from our own lived experience of what winter is. Winter in this part of the world, we tend to think of it as a season of dark times when the weather is gloomy, there is absolutely no sun, meaning when translated to life, no joy. It could also serve as when a human is going through difficult and challenging times and how to seek for help, for support, to look forward to when the sun will rise. You can't wish winter away. Winter also has to do with your wellness. Winter has to do with a lot of self reflection. And I talk about that a lot on my channel because I'm quite passionate about well being, irrespective of how we got to where we are, how our forefathers lived, how our parents lived. I believe that it would be careless of us to live life thinking that the way life is set up now, the way we humans have set up life now, we can go through life without stopping to reflect, without making use of some useful tools to enable us carry over from one season of our lives to another. It would also be careless of us to think that without doing that, without taking a moment to take stock of where our emotions and our feelings are coming from and what they are, and be able to articulate what our feelings and thoughts are, we somehow are communicating to ourselves that life is a bed of roses, which is isn't. At the same time, I'd like us to think if we're thinking life is a bed of roses, then you should pretty much just sail through life without having problems. And no one is yet to live through life without that. So, yes, I've got warm water here. I'm not drinking tea. Not that there's anything wrong with tea, but it's just once I start to drink tea, I'll have lots of sugar and I don't want to take sugar. So, it's warm water for me. Anyway, today I'm working from home and I'm just on my break. As I said previously, I'm an HR manager, so I won't necessarily be talking about my work. There's a lot of confidentiality involved. However, if you happen to work in a sector where you can totally talk about your life or your work life, that would really be helpful. It would be very easy for you to do. Then come on YouTube and do that. So just to let you know that this is a full-blown niche on YouTube. I did not just come up with it. It's not original. It's original to me, original to this platform. Yes. So I've got music in the background. If you can spot, I've got beautiful art going on in my background there. I hope it's not copyright because it's on very low volume. And I think, I'm sure maybe my mic will pick it up. And apologies for the audio on my previous mic, by the way, because the microphone started off wrong, but as time went by, it actually got better. It got better, which is great and wonderful. So back to this being a niche, work from home with me. You can join in. I've every time when I'm about to go on live, I go on YouTube to search for YouTube Live to see who's online and what sort of niches they are in for them to be going on live. And I found, oh God, bless her, I found this incredible lady who's on Loose Women. I think her name is Nadia. I can't pronounce I can pronounce her last name, but I don't want to mispronounce it. So I'm going to share my screen and see if we can. So she runs this channel with her husband, and I think it's just incredible. These are not human beings who are looking for money, but you kind of have to create some spaces that allows you to articulate your thoughts, some spaces that allow you to empty yourself a little bit. And I think I went in, I'm not sure if I was speaking to myself yesterday, but yesterday I had this thought that how would you know what you know if you don't say it out loud? How would you know what you know if you don't share? How would you know what you know if you don't teach it? You wouldn't know because you forever be questioning yourself, you forever be doubting yourself whether you know that thing or not. Yes, there are exams in schools that test your knowledge, but in life, they aren't exactly exams like that. What you do is you go into life, you get a job, and if you know what you're doing at work, they trust you enough to hire you. When you get into your role, then it gives you an opportunity to demonstrate the skills that you've told them during the interview. And God help you that you have those skills. If not, you're in doodle, right? You're in a bit of a doodle, or you get yourself into mucky waters. But coming back to life, that's work. Coming back to life, how would you know what you know if you don't articulate it, if you don't unravel your thought, if you don't speak it out? How would you get lighter if you don't unburden yourself? And I think this is what this YouTube as a platform does. I can't speak to platforms such as TikTok or Instagram, but I can speak to YouTube, pardon me. I can speak to YouTube because I see how people speak, and possibly you could what's the word, deduce as a result of the way I speak that I'm someone who's extremely passionate about articulation and communication. And I listen to a lot of podcast episode. I listen and watch people speak. I love the way some people speak. I can't throw out names at this point in time. But as I get older, I find that I'm becoming more and more self-aware in that aspect, the way I want to speak. Not necessarily that I have a particular style, but I feel that I would like to be able to articulate my thoughts a lot better than I do. It's getting better. And that's why I throw myself into this deep end of going live. So if you're a woman in your 40s, I want you to find a skill that you really need to hone. I want you to find a skill that doesn't stop you from growing. I want you to find a skill that stops you from being complacent. I want you to find a skill that stops you from allowing the old woman in. Find a skill, even if it's dancing. That's something I want to do. That's something I want to take up. Oh my God, am I speaking about myself? No, but that's something that you can easily do. If you want to get fit, get fit. Make use of YouTube as an accountability partner. And speaking of accountability partner, you can do a myriad of things going live on YouTube to help you better your life, help you stay on top of that goal that you're trying to achieve. Now, I'll give you an example. So I'm working from home today, and here I am just I'm going to share my screen so that you can see what I'm talking about. I'm not the only one, as I said, this is not an original idea. Everything that you want to do has already been created in the world. What you're missing is what the world is missing is your signature to it, your stamp on it, your logo on it, in essence. Sorry, I'm feeling really cold. And you don't just put the heating on anytime. The heating has been on today, but no, we're not going to do that until the rest of the day. So you want to be able to articulate yourself. You want to be able to set goals for yourself. You want to stay accountable, right? The only way in which you can do that is to find an accountability partner. And because people are so expensive nowadays, who's going to be keeping in touch and checking in with you? You sometimes you have to take ownership of that. You have to take responsibility for that. You have to hold yourself accountable to some of the goals that you had, because not every goal would you want to share with somebody else. Now, bringing it back to this doesn't have structure, but that's the beauty of going on live, right? Bringing it back to this, which is going live on YouTube. There, I stumbled, as I was saying this morning, on Nadia. Nadia is an She's a journalist, a broadcaster. At the moment, I believe she works for ITV, and she features on the program titled Loose Women. I found Nadia's channel this morning with husband. Window. Oh, I don't think I can share it because it's in a different window. If I share my entire screen, let me see if I can bring it up and try not to make any mistake while we're on live, right? So I'm going to share my entire screen, and this is where I want to bring you to. I hope it is showing. Yes, it is showing. That's because I can see myself on another device. So here we are. If you type in study with me, you will find that there are lots of study with me niches on YouTube, lots of them live. Now, for instance, I've just finished watching this guy's episode, Study With Me Live, and he does the 50-10 Pomodoro technique. A cozy UK rain, no distractions. There were 24 people who joined. I'm not sure how many were at the height of it, but lots of people did join a session, and I found it quite incredible. As you can see, there are lots of comments on here. I always find these emojis a bit strange. I don't know why YouTube has these emojis, but let's continue. Then I went in and I found her. She's currently timed, and this is nighttime wherever she is. You can tell it's raining because I can see from the window that it's pouring down there. She says on there's a gentle rain. She has a cute cat. She's seriously writing and writing. I'm not writing. All I'm doing is I'm at work. I'm on my break, and when I start working, I'll most probably go quiet to proceed with my day. So there is no idea that you have that is original in essence. There will always be people who are doing this. Now, as somebody else, they're not showing their face. It's a late night study, and they've got their timer on, probably 41 minutes to go. They will switch off and life continues. It's in a different language, it's not English, as you can see. But it is possible to do these things. If you really want to commit to it, you can do work from home, study with me, come shopping with me, which I did a few days ago. You can do that. Cook with me can also be a very good one. Talk to me. You can host your own therapy session if you want. That's an idea I've just thought about right now. Wow. You can host your own speaking session where you go live probably for a minute or two every single day. That's a technique if you want to improve how you speak. And as women over the age of 40, a lot of us speak to children all day long. Now is the time for you to find your voice. You don't need to get paid if that's not what you're looking for, but find your own voice. I will come back to the channel that I found earlier on, Nadia's channel. I love it. She's doing currently doing it with her husband. They go live almost every day talking about the UK politics, what's new, what their thoughts are, and there are people joining in left, right, and center. It is very engaging. I found a podcast on their channel at the same time that I've been watching. If you're interested, I will most probably leave a link down below and I will share it if you manage to watch. This is another channel. He's an engineering student and he was taking a rest, he was taking a break not too long ago. People were it took well during the break it was responding to comments, which I think is quite great. It's a 7 hour study with me. I couldn't do that. He'll study for 50 minutes, then take 10 minutes break where he stretches his legs and stands up. Engineering, as you can tell, is not the easiest of courses to study for. So, yes, it needs this. It really does. I'm not sure. I can't hear anything. Maybe because my microphone is in, but I assume he probably has music in the background and he's studying away. That's just it. Look at that huge monitor screen. That's massive, but I'm sure he definitely needs it. So there's a lot of comments on his videos. On his video, when I went into his channel, I don't think there's a lot of videos on his channel actually, because I like to do that. When I find people who are on YouTube live, I try and go into the channel to see what they're all about. Is this the only thing they do? So he's an engineering student studying how, sharing how he studies, stay disciplined, and chase progress. As you can see, that's currently the one I'm watching, and it's got 64 people watching as well. This is the only one. This is the only video he has posted 2 months ago. He probably goes live more than he does videos, as you can see. He goes live every day. That's twice in one day. That's 1 hour, 4 hours. So he must have broken it up. Every day he studies, every single day. So if you're somebody who's chasing monetization, you might think, let's go to the oldest, sorry, before I go on to that point. So obviously he started as as a gamer 2 years ago, and then he started studying. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. So why not show? He's going to study anyway, might as well set it up. There's nighttime, there's rain sounds, there are ones without rain sounds, and you can just see how this goes. I think it's incredible. He will finish university and have something to look back on how many hours of study he put in, how much effort it took to actually get that degree. So I think he's an undergrad student. And from then on, who knows, by the time he finishes university, he will have, this is probably monetized by now. Even if it's a pound he's getting from it, which is not the essence of this. The essence is that he holds himself accountable. He's able to chase his goals, stay disciplined, using this and as an accountable or accountability partner. And you can tell that he really has to stick with it. The shorts are to promote the channel, nothing much really to it. That's him in the gym. It's just to study, study, study with me, which is great. Average focus time, him in the gym, and everything else. So I don't see a lot of women over the age of 40 doing any of these. I don't see us doing it. And a lot of us probably we're not studying, probably we are just working, but there is no way you're working alone and not taking advantage of the free training you're entitled to at work or all the benefits that you're entitled to at work. There is absolutely no way you're doing that. That's basically you coasting through life and not taking up the benefits of employment. Bearing in mind, this employment you're thinking about, it's not forever. Your 50s around the corner. Before you know it, you're retired. What's left to do? Inflation is going up. I'm not the bearer of sad news or bad news, but what I'm trying to say is the economy has never really been favorable to the everyday person. Those who make it in life, those who succeed in life, they go out of their ways to get it, to get goals accomplished. And I'm not saying be on that grind of go, 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 but at least what I am saying to you is while you're working, and putting in the hours and being your best self at work, putting your best foot forward. I'm saying find a life outside of your work that makes you wholesome, something that balances you out, that balances your mental well being out, something that brings you joy outside of your 9 to 5. We all need that outside of being in a marriage, outside of being a mother to to people, outside of being a daughter to your parents. Have something for you. Have a hobby or hobbies that bring you joy, that fulfills you, that allows you to continue to be a whole human being in spite of the responsibilities that you have. So that's Sabri. This is a study with me live stream. I think they're on break, as you can see from the top there. It's 7 minutes and it's counting down. So after the break, they will come back. I've seen this lady before. I've been onto her channel before. It's Study Puff Academy. If we go into the channel, you will see what I'm talking about. This is all about being a productive study session. There are comments on, and comments don't necessarily even have to be anything incredible like that. It's my also, oh my God, this is the same person leaving. Okay, no, there are two people. Oh, yeah, I think it's the same. It's the same person leaving comments. Maybe it's the owner of the channel. You never really can tell. Hi, Jace. Yes, I was saying that I'm working from home and I just decided to go on live session. So this is roundabout my break, and women over the age of 40 can easily do. Welcome to Study Puff Academy, the community to boost your productivity and make studying fun. Online study buddies from across the world. It may sound ridiculous to you that people are looking for others to study with, but we're just all different human beings. And that goes to show that what you think is normal, what you think is trivial, is something that other people are actually looking for. The channel is based in Netherlands. As you can see, she's got such a beautiful face. She's so cute. She has another channel where she does cozy gaming. I haven't visited that one, so I don't know what it's like. So she has, there are student secrets. So she's probably running this with other students at university. But it comes across, there's Oxford Law student on legal interest, interviewing students, on what their experiences of study. Oh my God, she started 2024. Is that when she started? Let's go view videos. So every now and again, you'll find that the individuals do drop videos, because you don't just it can't just be a live channel only. You've got to have videos on the channel as well. So she started this about a year to 2 years ago, and she mixes these student interviews with her study with me live. So it looks like she goes live about twice a week, if we're to look at it. So every week, there's 4 videos in 1 month there, 5, 6, 7, 8. About twice a week she studies. You can see that her thumbnail is actually very simple. It's a picture of her behind the laptop with the text "study with me." And you can scroll all the way down. So I tend to go oldest. From the oldest, you can see "study and co-work with me for 8 hours." That is a pretty long time. What else do you need to study? What else do you need to study? If you're working from home, this is run about the same thing. You don't need to talk, you don't need music, you can be a silent one. There's no need to think, what am I wearing today? You're just in your house studying. That's all it is. So I'm breaking my day by going live as well. And she does get views 111, 198, 104. Everything adds up. As you can see, she's got over 16,000 subscribers with 302 videos. Right. So I got curious. As I said, I went into Alexander's channel, and I going to wait for this to load. And I found this channel, went into his channel. It's a daily self-improvement live stream. you know what to do, so let's actually do it together. And I like that. When you come here, the long story is that he's building the life he wants and he's helping others to do the same. So the long story is that he's on a self-improvement mission to live his best life. Thought I might as well do it on YouTube. That's exactly what I think as well. You're going to do all these things in life. You might as well do it on YouTube. You're going to travel. You're going to have babies. Okay, maybe that's not it, but whatever it is you choose to share with the world, that is your gift to the world. And I think at this point in time, the mission is to leave this world empty because we came into the world empty. There is no point in you bottling up all the lessons that you learned through life experiences and just taking that away with you to wherever it is you go when you go to sleep. I mean, the final sleep. The idea is that whatever it is we are learning and taking away from this world in terms of life lessons, we pause to actually document those life lessons and share them with those that are coming, share them with our daughters, with our sons, share them with whoever it is may listen and young people that we come across. We women in the over the age of 40, that 40 to 50 gap, I kind of feel that it's either we are selfish or we are very we're not, the word is not timid, the word is we're lacking confidence to step out and be ourselves. I was about to say step out in faith. Well, yes, step out in faith to be yourself. You never can tell where the world will take you. So here he's doing a study with me, live streams every single day. The way you put the full stop reminds me of Glow Atamo. She's a lady on YouTube who also records videos every single day. She publishes video every single day, and I think her mission is to do that for a whole year. She's documenting the growth of her channel as she's doing that, her thoughts, her reflections. Obviously, she's a business owner. She is currently traveling outside of the United States, and I think it's just amazing. It's incredible that people are able to live such beautiful lives, and we can choose to live vicariously through them. So during breaks, we do chores, workout, stretch, and meditate together to build them into habits. All you have to do is follow along to build your perfect life. And I just like that. You know, the About Me page on every single YouTube channel is incredible. It's a useful snapshot into one's into the creator's mind or life, so to speak. So I like to always go there and read it. On the contrary, he has a lot of videos on his channel. You can tell he's been doing this for the past 1 year. And it also incredibly went to do how to do a study with me live stream, which is an advanced guide. Then it shows his room setup and how much money he makes from it. It doesn't really have to be a lot. He's based in the UK, so it's so great that one can see pound. I see dollars everywhere, and I just don't care too much for it. I don't care too much for it. But really, my mission is that you are able to build a channel with passion, with purpose. You're able to build a channel that then leads to profit and hopefully financial freedom into retirement. My idea is that people can retire with YouTube earnings, but only if you've done it long enough and invested the way you should, which is why I think women in our 40s, we are in such a beautiful position to be able to take advantage of that. It's quite incredible that we can do that only if we are prepared. So here we are. There is also a channel I found where they, what's the word? Look at that. People are watching Manchester Airport movement today, live, the 3rd of February 2026. Take a look at the comment section, which is going wild. Who would have thought that people watch these things? Would you have thought that people just sit in their house and watch airplanes moving at the airport? Somebody's actually filming this live. This is Simon Low Aviation. Who's feel that's a thing of passion. I can't beat it at all. I really cannot beat it. I was going to watch Fumi the Saluvode, but we'll do that another day. So let's take a look at Simon Low Aviation channel. It goes live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. That's a full time job right there. That is an absolute full time job. And take a look at this incredible thing I've just noticed. Can you see the last video dropped was 1 year ago, and then 3 years before that, and then 3 years ago. So they only need to do enough to keep the channel active. There's so many ways to go against the grain of what YouTube gurus say on YouTube for you to grow. So he's 19 years on YouTube. My God. So every day he goes live. Could be he could pre-record this video and come and start it here again for it to go live. But you have two different sets of people watching this, 467 watching this, and over 7,000 people watching this live today. I don't know how people do this. Imagine. So he live streams twice a day because that's both 11 days ago. And he got two different views on them. So live streaming does get paid on YouTube if that's something you're after. But mine is that you I want you to be able to find what really screams out to you. I want you to be able to take a moment to get to know yourself better, find skills that you can do better at, find skills that would help you become a much better person. That is the idea that I am after. So if I go back there, I did find Nadia's channel. Have I lost it? I hope not. That's not it. That's not it. And this is it. So this is Nadia's channel. Nadia, as I said before, is a British journalist, and she runs this channel with her husband. I love it so much. This is their podcast, How to Stay Married So Far, and they talk about all different things. I mean, they've got over 80. This is the podcast on the channel. It's the Sawaha Adeli's family, food, films, and fun. But this is a podcast sitting within their channel, and I've just recently found it today. And within the pod, the bad, the ugly of an ADHD marriage is bigger, always better. 9 sex myths busted. Mark is her husband. Mark falls apart as they ask, "How would you live your life if I died?" Oh my God, those are questions that people in marriages should be asking one another. Why do so many holidays end in divorce? Could it be due to grumpy men? I'd love to listen to all this. Marriage makeover, 3 hours that could bring you back together. I think a lot of married couples will appreciate this. Why location sharing is toxic for all relationships. They are. This is off the cuff. This is off the dome. They haven't got a script. Yes, they probably have an outline, but I think this is such an incredible couple. I love the fact that they're able to create a platform for themselves, share their thoughts. They have. If you think 155,000 people isn't a lot of people, try and pack them into a room. These couple have got 155,000 subscribers on their channel. This is their channel. The Sawaha Adelis. This is their channel. They've got daughters, and obviously, once you've got children and your children grow to a certain stage, they will leave you. What you have left is you and your loved person. What do you do in that sense? Do you start to stare at the wall? It's about creating a time, about creating shared hobbies, about getting to know each other. You don't get to that point and start to find out who you're living with or that you have a roommate. No, you don't want them to be a flatmate. You want to get to that, but before you get to that point, you want to start planning for when you become an empty nester. And for a lot of us, that's not far fetched. So they've got videos on their channel. They've got live sessions. As you can see, they're on live at the moment. They have been for the past hour. And what they're talking about is Clintons to testify on Epstein, Sarah Ferguson revelations, hot topics on the news is what they're talking about today. And remember I said was it yesterday? Did I go live yesterday? No. 2 days ago, I did say that be brave enough to have an opinion on anything and everything. or on some important things. Be brave enough to have an opinion. Oh, my water is going cold. Be brave enough to have an opinion on things. You don't necessarily have to be the most brilliant person in the world, but stay curious. I'm finding that I enjoy learning a lot. I enjoy sharing what I learned in my own way. I am not the brilliant student in that sense, but I am an okay student. I will do what is necessary to ensure that the exam is passed. And if I really enjoy it, you will find that I will be buzzing off of the terms, the language of whatever it is I have learned. And I cannot wait to share it to anybody and everybody who will listen to me. So this is Nadia Sawaha and Mark Adley's very own fully fleshed broadcast channel featuring this Coffee Morning, which is a daily news digest. It's How to Stay Married So Far, which is a relationship podcast surviving from week to week. The Popcorn Junkies, which is their movie, streaming, and TV review channel. There's the Collie Cooks of Croydon, two sisters cooking up a storm. There's home time reality vlogs, the day to day highs and lows of their lives. Then there's Green Fingered Hell, our amateur guide to the perils of gardening. Now you can see that they have sort of, in a way, created a system that works for them. They have found threads that they're willing to long, which is once a month. You name it. If it falls beneath the banner of the family, films, food, and fun, this channel will take an entertaining and sometimes a serious look at it. I love it. It's a doghouse media platform. And they started in 2014. They joined YouTube in 2014. So that may not necessarily be the time they started streaming. As you can see, they started streaming 7 years ago because they are. And I know some people might get disheartened saying that if they've been on the platform for over 7 years, why have they only got 155,000 subscribers? They should have more. My take is this: sometimes, if you spread yourself across the several themes or several ideas, if you expose too much of yourself to the world all at once, then you don't necessarily grow at a rapid rate compared to somebody who is known for just one thing, who then branches out. So, the way I've heard people explain this is that if you start off with a niche, you become known for one thing. When you become known for one thing, you're seen as an authority and an expert in that topic area. And therefore, after a while, people, not that you have shared all you need to share, but at a point in time, your audience then wants to know more about you. They want to find out what your day is like. They want to find out other aspects of you when you're not structured, the other aspects of you that they're not familiar with. So that then draws in more crowd because when they go back, they then realize, go back to your history, your humble beginning. They then realize that, oh, you were known for something. You were known for one thing before. This person started off in beauty or started off with makeup or started off with fashion. And now they're able to speak at length about other aspects, probably be it mental health, therapy. They went into journaling, they went into shopping, they went into daily vlogs, things like that. So that's usually what happens. But also, what I don't share is that sometimes people take a break from YouTube, a very long break, that then becomes that then harms the channel in a way that it doesn't allow the growth to come up as it should. So they've got over 6,000 videos. But if you think about it this way, that what they're doing is documenting their lives, their children will have this to look back on when mom is around or when she's not around, when dad is not around. They have a channel where they're not necessarily showing their children's faces. I'm yet to watch the vlog, the home time vlogs. I don't think they're showing their children's faces. But if the children are happy to be part of it, then great. If they're happy not to be part of it, then that's wonderful. But I think that when you think of documenting your life, it's one of the most incredible things we can do nowadays. I want to be able to document my father's lives, ask him about stories. He tells me stories of when he was growing up, when what life was like, way before internet days. Can I remember what life was like before internet, actually. Perhaps a little. I was a teenager when we got the internet. I am the generation that belongs to using Yahoo Messenger, MSN Messenger. So today's children don't know what that is. And those are experiences we didn't quite document other than when we're talking about it, when we're just with friends or dropping it into conversations, which is not necessarily the same. So I'm going to watch one of Nadia's vlogs and see what that is like. However, nowadays I'm ever so reticent and hesitant about watching long vlogs because I'm so curious and I'm so not only am I curious, I really want to know, but I am a bit words are failing me and eluding me at the moment. I'm conscious of how I spend my time. I see that vlogs are getting longer and longer these days, and I worry so much. While the long form content is great for those who are consuming the content, it is not so great for us who are producing the content because you shouldn't be consuming so much. You should be producing. So if I watched an hour long video or podcast, I want to be able to produce content out of that, at least a 15-minute content out of that. I want to be able to talk to the camera and share my thoughts on it, have thoughts on it and share those thoughts. I want to be able to articulate my thoughts on it. Am I always this studious? No, I have down days. I have days when I am resting my brain, and I have days where I'm entertaining myself and I'm not necessarily just trying to be as productive as possible. I am not at that point where I'm thinking, oh, I'm wasting time. Why am I not producing content? That's also another thing one has to be mindful of. As women over the age of 40, we want to be careful about losing the ability to rest. Resting is not scrolling on your phones. Resting is not constantly filling your downtime with chores. Resting is the ability to be in present in a moment and know that yes, the chore will always be there. I can always go back to it. But right now, I just need to calm down. I just need to catch my breath. I just need to relax. I just need to breathe. There are times like that. So it is very important that we always remember that. So this is today's live. I don't know how long I have been on, but I think this is a very important time in our lives for us to be present in our own lives as we continue to build the life that we want. We're being architects. We are architecting this life and bearing it in mind that we only live once. Everyone only lives once. So it's quite important to take stock of what you're doing with your time. It's very, very important. I love that they're doing this together. I so love it. It's beautiful. And they're based in the UK as well. So that is something for me. Ah, a friend is on Loose Women. She sat in her wardrobe. So while you're thinking, I haven't got the perfect background, I've got the TV in my background you can probably that can distract you a little bit and then come back to my face. So there is so much, so much that you can do. You don't have to all niches. Letting you know that there is nothing new under the sun. Everything that needs to be created has already been created. Those are the words of my brother-in-law. Everything that needs to be created has already been created. If you're interested in one thing, just go find it. It can bet you it's already been created. You just need to modify it, revise it, review it, take it for a spin, put your own spin on it, put your own logo on it, and you make it yours. But has it been created? Yes, it has. Did cops used to be like this? No. They started off as one thing and then they became this. And even as we're sat here, there are people designing mugs in so many different ways and formats and structure. And we continue to buy those mugs. That's the essence of why we are here in the world. It's all about us learning and applying those lessons. They said the lessons that the work we do on ourselves is not just for us. It's a gift to other people. It's a gift to the world. So when you're sat down and within yourself, when it's just you and your thoughts, reflect and think how you want to live life, because I don't think a lot of us tend to do that too often. Too often we don't do that. And we should. We really should. Wish I could get someone to massage my legs. That would be great. But this is Nadia's channel. This has brought me joy. It made me smile this morning because I never thought she had a channel. And she's one of those authentic people I see on TV. And I just think, oh, okay, I wonder what our life is like. But everybody has a life. So stop being curious about what other people's lives are like. They live, they eat, they breathe, they go to the toilet, they brush their teeth just like you do. They pop down to the supermarket just like you do. So if you ever if you ever get yourself into a situation and you're wondering if life was any better on the other side of the fence, just know it's the same. They're eating the same thing. They might be seasoning it in a different way, but they are doing it the same way. So do not don't worry. Don't worry yourself about it. Let's stop sharing. I came across a content this morning that inspired me, and it's by, is it Beauty 2.0? What's the name of that lady? My memory, is it Desiree? It's not Desiree. It's not Desiree. I am going to find the channel. It's not Desiree. Oh, there's a lady I saw this morning. I reinvented myself at age 70. You should go. You should go and watch that. I haven't watched it, but if a woman in her 70s can reinvent herself and decide that, oh, she's about to start a new chapter, who are you, my dear sister, in your 40s, that you cannot decide to close a book and start a new book? I just, I don't know. By the way, I want to make highlight on my. So this video I found this morning by Darlene Obion. That's it, Darlene Obion. She runs Beauty 2.0, which is another channel, which is a channel on YouTube. I've done a case study of her channel before, so you can go and find it on my in my videos. I think she has on the thumbnail you'll see a woman. It's one of the ones I decided to leave. And by the way, I'm really open to feedback on my thumbnails. If anyone thinks I can do the thumbnails a little better, please let me know, or how I can go about it. Otherwise, I'll just be going with the basic one. But her video very recently, which was ChatGPT AI finds my makeup undertone and colors. Oh my goodness. She has just inspired me. I haven't watched her, but she's inspired me to do a video also on myself. So I'm going to show my face. There is no makeup on my face at the moment. And I'm trying. You see this pigmentation right there? I am trying to clear it. Now, it's a whole lot better right now. This is my face. No makeup. It's a whole lot better now, but I got ChatGPT to help me pick the right products to lift my hyperpigmentation. Coupled, there's a way in which I did it, and I think I'll come on live another day to show how I did it. But coupled with this wonderful lady I found on TikTok, Okiki. Okiki, God bless you. She is the skin priest on TikTok. Go onto TikTok and find skin priest. She is doing an excellent job. Okiki is an esthetician, by the way. She has a website. But it's amazing what happens when you share your knowledge for free. Yes, given she has a business and she's been running this business for she's been a skin esthetician for over 10 years. But I tell you, this woman knows her stuff. You know, when I come on YouTube and I type in glowy skin, brighter skin, A lot of the ladies that come up on the search, what do you call them? The search history or the search bar or the search results. A lot of those who come up are women in their 20s and early 30s sharing skincare routines. And I'm here in my 40s, not that that's a big deal, but like somebody who understands what my skin is going through in this phase of my life. I think that's a gap that women over the age of 40 need to fill. If you're enthusiastic about skincare and its routine, and you know your stuff and you know what we should be using, the products we should stay away from, how to combat aging, not in the way that we can actually get rid of it, but at least how to age gracefully, please, please, please come and start on YouTube, because these 20 something and 30 something year olds, child, they're doing excellent job for their generation, but I'm not sure they're serving our own generation, because they're not quite there yet. They're not in their 40s, so they don't know what our skin is like, what our skin is going through. For some of us that are going through perimenopausal symptoms, your skin is probably playing up in so many ways than one. A 30-year-old would not know what that is like, what living in that body is like, what being in that skin is like. So I think what sets this lady apart, Skin Priest, is that while she is, I think, around 37 years old, I think, she is an expert in skincare and therefore understands the needs of the mature skin. So she shares a lot of knowledge from that aspect. And given that she is a woman of color, it also helps that you're seeing somebody that looks like you on the screen. Because I think other races do an incredible job of educating their women of the same race about skincare. But we're not doing that. We are not doing that. And I think we should be doing that. We need more and more color. We need more and more range of women over the age of 40 on YouTube. Something I also saw stumbled across recently or this week was Dylan.Page, the news daddy. I love Dylan.Page. He's so articulate. The way he speaks, he enunciates every word he speaks. And sometimes, in the past, I have thought, oh, it's because these people have a good set of teeth, and that's why they're able to speak so well. But no, alas, it's all about the jaws and the placement of teeth and tongue and everything like that. So yes, that's a given. But I'm digressing and moving on to another topic. But I came across this video this week where he delved into why YouTube is one of the best, well, it's the best platform to create content on when you compare it to TikTok, and the downward spiral that TikTok has taken and its effect and impact on big creators in terms of monetization, but also general overall and creation journey and well-being and all that. So that sort of alludes to me banging on about YouTube on here every day. Women over the age of 40, it's your time to start. So, anyway, I think this is about as far I can go. I hope I've made it as fun to listen to as possible. Yeah, there is no makeup here, but we will. I don't know if we'll ever get there. I'm trying to work on my skin, and it looks like it's so much better than what it used to be. I'll come on here and show you how I managed to get my skin to be better and the progress we're making. Anyway, you will see that on another live. I use ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT with coupled with information from Okiki, the skin priest on TikTok, and how I use ChatGPT as a result to fix my skin. I will share that with you when the time comes. Well, until tomorrow or another time when I come across your timeline again, your YouTube homepage. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope the sun shines where you are. I hope that you take the time to look after yourself. and do what brings you joy. Do what brings you joy. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you another time.